All right.
Woo!
Welcome, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Thank you.
Can you guys go down the couch and say your name and what you play in the band?
Oh yeah.
yes, please.
I'm Dane. I'm the bass player.
Charlie, guitar.
My name is Skylar, and I'm the vocalist.
I'm Matthew. I'm also a guitar player.
And I'm Owen. I play drums.
That's sick. Okay. So how did each of you get into music? Just basic.
Yeah.
Down the couch again.
If you want, you know.
Let's do it.
All right. Okay, I'll popcorn, but it always starts with me though.
Okay.
All right.
How did I get into music? Honestly, my mom made me do piano lessons when I was very young, and I hated it. And then she made me do violin, and I hated that. And then she made me start drumming, and it finally took. And then drummed all through high school, and when I came to college, didn't really feel like putting a drum set in a dorm room, so I just picked up the bass and been playing ever since.
Guess I would say my dad probably put me on with a lot of the music I still listen to. So shout out to my dad, Jerry Bear. Jerry, if you're watching, I love you, man. Yeah, and my mom is an incredible piano player, so she definitely had a big influence. And yeah, picked up the guitar in 6th grade, coming up on 10 years. So yeah.
Shout out Jerry.
Let's go. I started singing really young, and my mom had me in choir and stuff in like kindergarten, basically. And my uncle, shout out my uncle, he
What's his name? Jerry?
No.
Oh, darn. Sorry. He's not technically my uncle. He's my aunt's partner. His name is Brad. Shout out Brad. He handed me a guitar when I was in like kindergarten, and he taught me Smoke on the Water. And that's like the first thing I remember. And then from there, it kind of just took. And my mom also put me in piano lessons. I also played violin as a young kid. And then I was in marching band and stuff in high school. Just kind of have always had it be a large part of my life with musical theater and things like that as well. But yeah, I got into it pretty young, kind of just because of my family.
I was blessed with some really great friends in high school. They were all very musical. One of them, shout out Ethan Berger.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know, crazy name, crazy synth player. And yeah, he put me on some really great music, got me into guitar. I'd say the first thing that really made me buy a guitar was the reason like 70% of other guitar players get it is like girls. Everybody likes who play guitar. So that's kind of how it was. I learned like the first, Necessary Songs, Cigarette Daydreams, I'm Yours, Jason Mraz, all like those anthems. And after that, I really got into it in college when I met Charlie. We lived like right across the apartment. We were like neighbors pretty much. And we started jamming all the time. And that's when I really got into like, collabing with other people. There you
go. I really never truly got into music in terms of appreciating music until high school and beyond. But I've been playing drums since I was like 7. My late great uncle Sam, shout out Uncle Sam, love you to bits. Yeah, he bought me a snare drum on my 7th birthday. On Christmas when I was 7, because he wanted a little drummer boy, and I kept that down in my parents' basement for like the year, just like playing around with it. And then my grandma got me drum lessons for my birthday, like a couple months later. And I've just kind of always had drumming as a part of my life since then. Just playing like Stevie Wonder stuff and like old Rolling Stones songs. Never really like getting into like more music beyond just the stuff that I was playing. And then when I got into high school, and especially when I got into college, I started really exploring music a lot more, being surrounded by people who were more into music. And by the time I was like in like my sophomore year of college, I was like really looking to join a band and just start making my own music. I figured it was about time.
Oh, you?
Thanks.
myself.
Well, that's awesome. So then how did you guys get together? I've been hearing like little bits and pieces of it, but what's kind of the full story of Plywood Love?
Do we let Dane tell
I
it?
think we kind of have to, yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of a disputed story.
No, I mean,
We have many different versions of this story, but we'll let Dane do it.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So in my freshman year of college, I saw a friend's band, Seven Blue. They played a really awesome show, and I'd wanted to be in a band when I came to college, and when I saw that, it was like having a friend in a band here made it seem super accessible. So next morning, I just went on the Cal Poly 2024 like roommates page, and I just looked for anybody that put music in their bio, and I just copied and pasted a DM to probably like 100 people, and just mass sent out a bunch of DMs, and out of those 100, like 10 people responded, and then out of the 10 people, there were only like a handful that were actually interested, and Matt was one of those people. So we scheduled like a little jam sesh, and he brought Charlie along. So that was kind of like the core. We started jamming, and that was freshman year. Then sophomore year, we got Owen and Skylar, and started. Oh, and then piano player, which he graduated shortly thereafter. So everything kind of fell into place after that. But the original kind of grouping was through the Instagram DMs of the Cal Poly 2024 housing page. But they like to romanticize the story a little bit.
Yeah.
Funny enough,
Way more romantic.
There is.
you guys want to get into the romanticized part.
Oh yeah, we could do the romanticized part. This is the lie that we tell people.
The lie?
It's good to get both sides of the story.
Yeah, so the way that I like to tell it is Charlie and I, we were like neighbors, like I said earlier, right? So he came over to jam sometimes, like maybe like 2 or 3 nights a week. And I was also like teaching one of my roommates, Dan, how to jam. What's up, Dan? And yeah, we were just kind of doing that. And one day we see this guy walking by our apartment, you know, gumpy looking dude, long hair. He knocks on the door. He's like, hey, you guys jamming? I play bass. I'll grab my bass in a second. And, you know, 20 minutes later, he's back. And what song are we playing? Like Ramble On, something like that. We're playing some like Led Zeppelin jams. We're playing a lot of like
We were
fun
playing
stuff.
a Tom Mitch song the
Well,
first time we came over.
I thought we rehearsed that one and then we tried it again.
I guess we did try Ramble On. I don't think it went over too well. But I have the DM proof. We disproved this theory a long time ago. I don't know why you guys.
Yeah, but we can cut this. We can cut it in post if you
leave
want.
It in. They need to know.
No, leave it in, yeah. Because yeah.
Oh, I would love to. I would love to.
I feel
set
like
the record straight once and for all.
I thought for some reason that was the story for like the longest time, and whenever people would ask, I'd tell that version, and then I told that story like in front of them, and Dane was like, "What are you talking about? That is not what happened."
I put a lot of work into those DMs. All right, I'm not gonna get discredited.
That's true.
Real quick, I actually just learned something new. I didn't realize that you first got inspired to make the band by seeing Seven Blue. That's kind of a full circle moment because I first heard about this band because my buddy Mitch, shout out Mitch, it was the drummer for Seven Blue, and he let me know that you guys were looking for a drummer.
Yeah.
And even more full circle, it was in the Beta basement, which is the fraternity he was at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's how we acquired
wild.
Owen. But yeah, it was actually a fun fact. Owen thought he was like auditioning for like a week straight.
I was I was so nervous.
Make them sweat.
It was funny.
So this was 2 years ago. About how long ago was this?
It's
A little over.
It's like
2 years around October.
it's like 2.5 from when we first started jamming. But since we've been playing shows, yeah, about 2 years.
Yeah, I call like our anniversary on Halloween because that was the first like real house show that I think we had. Played a free show and like 400 people showed up.
Wow.
Because it was free in a party, but
It wasn't.
we were expecting like 20 people maybe. Like we weren't expecting much. But yeah, that's chaos. It was chaos. But that's a special day for us, and that's like kind of what we call anniversary. So yeah, 2 years.
Is it?
Halloween show.
Were you guys just doing like covers back then, and then you started? So when did you guys start writing originals?
Yeah, I think that
Jeffrey.
yeah, we like you said did covers, kind of just to start. And I think when we first our first gig was Farmers Market. I think we had like 5 songs, and we played those
7 songs.
7. Sorry,
I saw that on your guys' Instagram. That's like the first thing.
It's the first thing, yeah. And the piano player was still there. We actually had another singer as well for like a short period of time as well. And she was there, but we. I grew up going to shows here. I went to Marbella High School, so I grew up like around Jeffrey House and stuff like that. And they jammed us, and they're like, "Yo, we want you to play," and we were like, "We need originals," because we didn't really have any yet. Oh yeah, we were opening for the High Curb, so we were like, we got to pull it together. And I wrote the first part of the lyrics and the guitar chords for a song called "Grow Up" that we have out, and that I brought that to practice, and I was like, "Hey guys, I think we should kind of pull this together for the show," and we wrote that song in that practice, and then I think we played Jeffrey like 2 days later. And I'm pretty sure that was the only original we had on the set list.
Yeah,
we
had
Cage
one more.
too. We had one more like slower.
Didn't make the cut.
Banger.
That was our first ever song that we wrote. Was a song called Cage. That is, it's never been recorded. I don't know if it ever will be, but yeah. I'd say Jeffrey, that first house show was really like what pushed us to start writing original music. And yeah, we've kind of just stuck with it since.
Grow Up as well. Like you said, that's the first one you wrote. Yeah. That is like, I'm just looking at Spotify right now. That's the most listened to one. That's like close to 10,000 listens. But I was just curious. Ambivalent was the one that got the single. Mm-hmm. So why did you guys choose Ambivalent over Grow Up?
So I think it kind of comes down to we had Grow Up out first, recorded differently, like a different version of it. And we knew we were going to re-record it for the EP release. But yeah, Charlie wrote that song Ambivalent, the guitar chords to it.
Fire.
Yeah, it's just
really good. Yeah.
It's kind of decided, I think, as like a marketing decision a little bit that we didn't want to release Grow Up as like the single lead up to the EP because everyone had already heard it. And we love the song Ambivalent. And so we just ended up going with that one. And consequentially had to take Grow Up off of Spotify for like 4 months.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So who makes those decisions? Those like marketing or like production kind of side decisions?
Collective, I'd say. We usually just come to a consensus before we make any like big decision like that. Someone will suggest it, we'll talk about it, and we'll just be like, yeah, that sounds good. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm. I'd say there's very few decisions that we're not all involved in. If it's something small, like about a show or something, like booking, it's kind of just one person will handle that. But yeah, we all like to come together to make sure that we're all on the same page about stuff.
That's nice. That's like good to hear. We love Ambivalent. We also love You Will Not Run. That's like one of my favorite songs on the EP. She's with me.
Great song.
How was kind of the process for that song?
Well, we started that one off. Yeah, I think we recorded that one twice actually.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time it was like a really simple song. You had like your verse, chorus, bridge, whatever, like super simple stuff. And I guess how that even, like,
I was
just kind of jamming on it or something.
I was gone for the summer for an internship, or like I ended up taking spring quarter off last year to go to an internship. And that was when you guys like wrote that second part of the song out, which is like the breakdown.
Yeah, this breakdown part was super tough, and that's why I think we kept it in there. That's why we ended up re-recording like the whole entire thing, just to have that in there. And now the song's like a whole minute longer, and it makes you want to dance like a lot more.
Yeah,
so,
I remember when they sent me a video like in the group chat, and they were like, "Go, we were like reworking on this song," and I played it, and I was like, "That's not changing. That's staying there. Like we can't." That is so sick.
Yeah, and I feel like doing that like side project for that song kind of introduced a little bit of a breakthrough for our songwriting process. You know, the action of going back and re-editing something you'd already done. It definitely influenced like the rest of what we were gonna do and what we're doing right now. Like we want to do similar stuff to that, and you know, we're just always getting so stoked whenever we write. You know, like whenever one of us comes up with a song idea, Dane's always like, "Oh, I have a bass part for that. It's gonna be super sick. Just give me a week." And we give him a week, and it's super sick. Yeah. and you know, everything just kind of falls into place after that, and it's really cool.
Dang. I mean, the sound, like the bass is sick. I'm not even gonna lie. Everything about this band is sick. Yeah, I was just curious, who produces all of this? You guys, there's like 2 in slow.
Griffin.
Okay.
Griffin? Yeah.
It's Griffin
Shout out
Rayvon.
Griffin.
Shout out Griffin. He's sick. So the first version of Grow Up was actually recorded and produced by Ari Singer, who is the singer for the Honey Boys. We recorded that like in his... what?
Eisenberg.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
That's his Instagram handle, so you're not wrong.
Shout out Ari. But we recorded the first version of that was up on Spotify for like a year in his bedroom, and then re-recorded everything and the other songs, with Griffin. Food Product, shout out. He's amazing. He's very cool. I think he does a lot of Couch Dogs recording too.
He gets a shout out like every podcast at this point.
He's,
Like,
he's
yeah.
incredible. He deserves it.
He does.
Yeah. Super talented producer. Yeah, incredibly talented, and just like such a good guy too. Yeah.
Shout out Griffin. Along with Ethan Hamburger. That's one of the coolest names I've ever heard.
Forget the ham. but yes.
Griffin Food Product. They're all made up. We're just telling you fake names. It's great.
I mean, honestly, yeah. Why not? Why not?
True.
So yeah, we kind of got off track from it, but you said you had a breakthrough in songwriting with You Will Not Run.
It's going to Owen, but yeah.
Oh, okay. But with the breakthrough, I just wanted to kind of talk about how every song there was like, at least like I kind of remember there was like a break and then there's some like crazy guitar solo. Who's doing that? Both of you.
The mic for this one.
Usually Matt will rip some solos and I'll do like some of the lead stuff besides that. But yeah, usually it's Matt ripping.
I feel like you guys like communicate with each other with the guitar. Like it sounds like they're talking to each other.
Wow.
More than like
Wow.
wow. I don't know. I don't know. It's just good chemistry. Like I don't hear that in every song. And I think with you guys, even with the vocals, I think the guitar chords actually really drive a lot of your music. So
I agree.
They Matt and Charlie have been playing together longer than anybody else in this band, and it definitely shows because the chemistry between the guitars is like pretty superb. Shout out Matt and Charlie.
When did Matt and Charlie meet?
We met online. Wait.
Slow days.
Slow days? Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out Cal Poly.
Shout out.
dude, there were so many shout outs. It's crazy.
We're just so grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we met at Slow Days.
It was online because it was COVID. Yeah, and we were the first two like in the Zoom.
Yeah.
And I saw a guitar in his background. I was like, "Yo, do you play guitar?" He's like, "Yeah." And then, yeah, it turns out we were neighbors. So
Yeah, it's super sick coincidence.
Yeah.
Honestly.
here we are.
I tell them all the time that they seem like they've known each other since like childbirth. They're very close, which I think is really sick. Just like what you guys were
Share a
saying.
bathroom.
They do share a bathroom. It's Jack and Jill style. It's pretty intimate. But yeah, I think that I agree with you when you say like the guitar chords really push the songs. And it's funny because we'll be at a practice and like Charlie will rip something out and Matt will immediately come back and be like, "Oh, I can add this on top." I don't think we've ever had an issue like with you guys coming up with sick stuff like that.
So for the songs, something that really strikes me about the CP is they all come from like a really strong point of view. Like you guys have a lot to say. How does that happen? Like, do you just have an idea for a song and then, you know, the lyrics come after? Is it different every time?
I'd say it kind of depends on who brings the idea for the song to the band. Like for Grow Up, I wrote that lyrics and chords together and then brought it to the band. But everything else, all the other songs were ideas that the other guys brought forward, and then we'll kind of put it all on the whiteboard that we have, what we think we want the verses and the choruses to be, and then I'll write lyrics afterwards. But yeah, I kind of just like pick a theme or like something I'm feeling or have been wanting to say. And I keep a long list of like lyrics and stuff that I write down in my phone. That's usually where I get a lot of the inspiration for some of the songs. But yeah, I'd say that lyrically I agree. They're all kind of about different subjects, which I like.
Yeah,
But
it's nice. It's refreshing from a band.
I think
Cool. Some people don't have a lot to say.
No, Skylar's been doing songwriting like pretty much all of her life, and that's like helped us out so much as a band.
Yeah, dude.
You said musical theater. Is that part of
yeah,
it? Okay.
I definitely, yeah. I was a theater kid. Seussical and Annie and all that stuff.
She was Annie.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Matt. But yeah, like dance and music has always been a huge part of my life, and songwriting as well has been a very large outlet for me for most of my life. I think I started writing music when I was in like the 5th grade. I did my first talent show that year with a homemade song. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about that.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. When with this album, the emotion, like we said, the direction was very clear. I feel like just all the songs sounded like it came from a similar place, like the theme you were mentioning. In the future, are you gonna focus on a different theme, you think? Or I guess you wouldn't know. I mean, I'm literally trying to like mind read, but like I just want to know, is there something you're trying to aim for in future EPs or albums?
I feel like we never really talk about it. We kind of just like write and see what happens. But yeah, you want to say?
Are we allowed to curse? It's gonna be hard as fuck. I'm gonna love it.
Yeah, the new materials tending to be a little bit heavier. Definitely a little different approach to writing. Yeah. So yeah, I just have
In
to
terms
wait
of the
and
lyrical
see.
direction, though, that's all Skylar.
Yeah.
We're just kind of here to boost that and make the energy clear.
Who inspires you guys as far as like sound? Because I can hear inspirations in this EP, but you said the next one's heavier. Is there anyone that kind of has brought that about?
I mean, I think one of our strong suits is like all 5 of us have pretty different music tastes. Like I grew up on The Offspring and Paramore and things like that.
Oh, a lot of Linkin Park and Skrillex. That's pretty much the main two growing up. Main two. Monster
pretty
Cat,
different.
Rise Against.
So sick.
Yeah.
What a great answer.
Thank you. Yeah.
Popcorn who?
Popcorn, Owen.
Like I said earlier, I didn't really start like developing an actual music taste of my own until like the middle of high school. But I started gravitating towards just heavier rock. Pretty quickly gravitated toward Deftones, and then I started getting into just like alternative metal, like Gojira, and Opeth as well. And lately, I've been really into Title Fight. It's kind of my current obsession.
Popcorn who?
Oh, Popcorn Charlie.
For me, a lot of Patrick Swayze recently, if you're familiar. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I grew up on classic rock for sure. Started getting into more like indie stuff, I guess, in like middle school, like Home Shake, King Cruel, people like that. Yeah, kind of just a bunch of random stuff, jazz, whatever.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like a leaf in the wind when it comes to this stuff. Like these guys will all like send me an artist or send an artist in the group chat, and I'll listen to that and I'll be like, okay. And then I'll just listen to like all of their music and get obsessed with it for a month or two and then move on to like, you know, the next artist. So right now I'm on this band called Narrowhead, and we've all like agreed that their song Ashtray is super good.
Yeah,
So
we love them. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely like overlaps in the music taste, but it's funny because like our covers come from so many different spots as well. Because of that, we all bring different things, and I feel like inspiration just comes from all of that. Just artists that we like at the time, but also a lot of local music like in the scene. I personally am super inspired by White Jag, love their sound. Couch Dog as well, obviously they're great. High curbs, yeah. And repeater, yeah. So we're definitely trying to shout out repeater.
Shout out repeater.
We're definitely trying to kind of not be competitive, but kind of switch our sound a little bit so we fit more into like those genres, I guess you could say. But did you have something to say?
Oh, I just wanted to add that I guess kind of correct myself because my music taste isn't really like my main influences for my drumming style. I think a lot of that comes from my dad's taste in music and what he exposed me to when I was at a younger age. So I think I take a lot of inspiration from like Neil Peart of Rush and Stuart Copeland from The Police. Those are probably my core influences for sure.
Nice.
Shout
Dad
out
rock.
Dad.
Shout out Scott.
Shout out Scott.
Just playing with the bands you mentioned and just live. You guys play live a lot. Does that kind of influence, I guess, the stuff you're recording now or the stuff you want to record at all?
Yeah. You want to comment
I feel like
Don't have to.
I feel like a lot of times we'll have an idea and we'll get it going and we'll play it live and it just will not feel how we thought it would. And it's just like, okay, abandon that one. So it's kind of like a screening almost.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
sometimes
Testing
you
ground.
think something is really going to get people going and it's just not, it doesn't do it.
I
How many
playing-
songs? Oh,
I
pardon me.
you go first, Dave.
Okay. I'll just do a follow up to that, and then we'll keep going. How many songs do you think have just been kind of like thrown to the void after you did it live, and it was just like
Originals or like covers?
No more.
If we're counting covers.
If we're counting covers, quite a few.
No, original.
oh,
original.
okay.
Oh, originals?
I feel like
Cage 20.
I think there's
Oh yeah,
there's
Name
quite a
Pro,
bit we've forgotten about.
I'd say
Yeah.
like
A couple new ones.
Disco Disco.
Yeah, probably like 5 or 6.
Yeah,
That would be my
original
estimate.
ideas, yeah, and it's not necessarily from like a bad place. Sometimes we do come back to them and we'll switch them up. But I think it's important to kind of have them just because they allow us to kind of like shape shift, yeah, and they let us explore different vibes of music and things that we really like at that time. And then obviously, like you said, playing live really allows us to kind of test it on people, which is really valuable.
big time. I was going to say that playing live, especially with other bands, has just allowed us to just have a whole new like batch of influences to take from. I know that I've like picked up techniques and like little like drumming flourishes from watching a lot of other drummers, especially like the dude from Repeater. Yeah, been a big inspiration to me lately.
Jamie from Sub D, Suburban Dropout, he
yeah.
rips. Yeah. I was gonna mention them. We've definitely been playing with them a decent amount, and they're great guys as well. And I'd say they're kind of influencing our shift as well in music.
I mean, y'all getting heavier, so I think doing stuff with repeaters, that's the way to go. Sounds like, I mean, you're already picking that up, so a little Dave Grohl. I don't know. I'm stoked. Okay, so then what are your next steps? We already did the music side of it, but are you guys gonna release any merch or anything like that, or?
Yeah, we're
Actually?
definitely. Oh yeah, we're in the process. We had one merch drop last school year that came out, and we kind of just haven't re-upped on any new designs yet, but we're working on it definitely.
Yeah, we got some new designs in the work. We actually had a little session at our house. Me, Matt, and Owen lived together, and we like each had a plain white shirt and made some stencils earlier and got some like fabric spray paint, and we like each made a shirt and like asked our Instagram followers which one they liked best, and so I don't know.
They like Charlie's.
Yeah, you know,
What was on
naturally.
Charlie?
Naturally, they like
But-
Charlie's.
I don't know. My girlfriend Augusta, she sent us a bunch of cool
We
stuff.
love you.
We seem to like the. I don't wanna expose.
You can.
What?
We seem to
Your Tama
like
design?
the disco ball design might be in the works.
Oh, yeah.
Of sorts.
Maybe some more skeletons. We seem to like those. I don't know.
But yeah, it's definitely, I'd say we all balance a lot of things individually outside of the band, which definitely causes sometimes things to move a little bit slower. I wish that we could just do nothing but music and like focus everything on that. We'd have like 18 different designs out probably, but it's definitely coming for sure.
You heard it here first.
Can you guys talk about that, about like balancing school and probably work and life and the band? Because I know like a lot of bands around here have to do that, and so it'd be interesting to hear more about it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's it's just part of the game, especially like at this age. There's a lot of things going on for everybody, and it definitely scheduling makes it a little bit harder sometimes. But yeah, Dane's a physics major. He's grinding like constantly. Our resident smart guy. Owen and I are about to graduate, and so definitely pushing through with that and just trying to make sure everything's done. But we also all work, and so I'd say the only thing it really impacts is like scheduling, probably, and just the amount of time that we actually get to spend together when we'd probably want to be able to have more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it can not only scheduling, but can be hard to feel super creative after just like
Oh my gosh.
using your brain all day, and just keeping that motivation after like midterms or finals or whatever, and not just vegging out and turning your brain off, but then kicking it into gear and creating. It can be like a great escape from all that, but a lot of times it's a challenge for sure.
Yeah. Preaching to the choir here.
Yeah.
So I mean, this might be too early to ask this, but like, do you guys have plans after college? Like once everyone graduates, what's kind of long term for you guys?
It's a sad topic.
We don't have to. We
Oh,
don't
no,
have
we
to
can
go
talk
into
about
it.
it. I mean, I have plans to move to Santa Cruz for a job, which I was at this past summer. And like I said, yeah, shout out Driscoll's Berries.
Oh wow, I've heard of them.
But I did that same job last year for spring quarter, and on the weekends I would just like drive down and we play shows still. But we haven't really talked about it a lot, I feel like, because we just don't really want to talk about it yet. And we just don't really know what's really going to happen.
I think the consensus has just always kind of been that as long as it's at all possible to keep playing together and keep writing music and keep playing shows, we're going to do everything in our power to make that happen.
Yeah, I agree.
Whatever that means, I guess.
Yeah, we'll most likely all be in California,
Yeah.
so
Most likely.
yeah,
Feasible.
it's doable.
I feel like people have made it work around worse, so
Oh, yeah.
it's possible.
Definitely.
Can we circle back to more music? Is there the heavier stuff? Is there an ETA on that? Do we know? You don't have to tell us. We just like to pester bands about
Oh,
that.
no,
Yeah.
of course.
We're so Griff is definitely shouted out a lot, and for that reason he's always booked like all the time.
Which is good.
Yeah, which is great. Like he's like successful as frick, and so as soon as we get some time with him, we're definitely gonna like be able to record some of it. Most of it's like pretty solid. We have like a few that we're really stoked on, and I'm thinking we were thinking that this next one could be recorded a little bit in a different style, more like patch it together in the studio as opposed to write it all out and rehearse it like a bunch of times. Remember we had a conversation with you, Griff, about that, and
It's like in the camera.
But yeah, there's also keep you guys' eyes open for a live studio session. There's may or may not be something happening there, but that is something we're definitely excited about to kind of put some new music out that way. But yeah, like Matt said, instead of like pre-writing a lot of music, we're kind of just planning on also letting Griff kind of be part of the creative process too, and kind of writing in the studio, I guess. Just whatever we feel at that time.
Has he not been in the past as much as you'd like, or?
Oh no, he definitely has been. I think that he has influenced definitely some versions of the music and some of the sounds that we've included. However, the EP, which I saw this sooner, is definitely something that we've played those songs like hundreds of times, and so we knew like how we wanted them to sound, how they normally sound. We knew how we wanted them to be communicated in a live recording, which was we wanted them to sound like we were playing live. And so I'd say we definitely just had more of a direction to go in when we were recording that.
I don't know. I think what was the song? It was called like "Burn It All Away" or something. "Burn It All Down." That was really so. So you guys, yeah.
Sing it, Charlie.
Clip it.
Sing it.
Yeah, it was like it sounded so like tight. Did you guys? So you guys rehearsed that, and then you went to Griffin's studio, and then you just did it one take, kind of thing. Like, wow,
Yeah.
that's sick. That's so sick.
Some of them were like, I think it was, I don't know, because we re-recorded some of them because we actually, in the middle of recording our album, he moved to a new like super dope studio in AG.
Oh.
It's like all these big windows viewing a mountainside. But yeah, I don't know. We just, some of them were like 3-4 takes. Some of them were like 10, 20 takes.
Yeah.
Because we would all play at once. So if someone wasn't satisfied, then have to restart. Besides Skylar did her vocals after.
Yeah, because we, like I said, we wanted to kind of communicate the live sound through that EP, and so Griffin just mic'd up all their amps and the drums and stuff in one room, and they just played. So it wasn't recorded. Nothing was recorded separately besides like my vocals and some of the overdubbing, maybe a solo or two. But yeah, some weird noises that we wanted to add.
Symmetry screams.
The symmetry screams that are not there anymore. Yeah.
Symmetry streams that aren't there anymore.
Yeah, we took them out.
There was a point where we were gonna have a little bit of some just a little bit of yelling in the background.
I was
Symmetry.
yeah.
It wasn't even worse.
It honestly kind of.
That would have been better.
I think I was in the booth recording the vocals for it, and they were all like in the other room watching, and Dane walked through to go to the bathroom and just like yelled in the microphone, and we were like, wait, let's do it, and
The gain was a little too high on the mic. And roasted our ears.
it
It was so loud.
Reminds me of song 2.
yeah,
Oh,
song
yeah.
2.
Don't bring that up.
Oh, song 2.
The beef with song 2.
Oh no, I used to sing that one.
Yeah.
Cover
Kind of
it.
just figuring it out, and I blew my vocal cords out a couple times on that one.
He would get into it. Yeah, he wanted the PA pretty much. It's,
For like 5 people in the bar.
it's definitely Dane's karaoke choice song. He
That was fun.
definitely always pulls that one out. Yeah.
That's fire.
Woohoo! Yeah. When I feel heavy metal.
Yeah.
I wasn't too concerned with the words though. Just the noises.
I have a video. I might be able to find the video and insert.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
Please send it.
think I have it. Are you okay with
Welcome
that?
back. Yeah. I am.
Oh, we'll keep on doing it. Welcome back.
Hell yeah.
What'd you think of that, huh?
And we're back.
Okay, well, I think doing the patchwork thing, I mean, I can't wait to see how that sounds. I guess that comes with that is like you get more freedom in terms of like other instruments. Like, could you do more electronic stuff, things that aren't even in the realm of guitar, drums, or anything like that? Is that even?
We've discussed that a little bit, and I personally would really like to move forward with that. I think there's a lot of little like small flourishes. For me personally, it was just some like smaller like auxiliary percussion things that I would love to add into some of our songs. Cowbell, maybe a tambourine in there. Some things that are usually involved in other rock songs, but also like weirder stuff. Like I kind of want to put like, if we have like a quiet section, I want to put like a kalimba or something in there.
Mongolian throat singing, perhaps?
From
Not
him,
percussion,
yes.
but yes.
I'd say that the closest thing we've gotten to that, Charlie is kind of our resident like sound man.
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
Got a new pedal recently.
Yeah.
That's been fun. Yeah.
It's like we'll be playing songs sometimes live, and I'll look over, and he'll be on his knees like turning all the dials and like just hitting his guitar to get it to make fun sounds. I'd say that's the closest we've gotten to like adding anything like that. But yeah, maybe some synths. I love White Jag. Shout out again. They have a synth player, and they're sick. I like their sound a lot. So definitely maybe something along those lines.
More?
Any comments? You want to throw some violin in a song, maybe?
Some harmonica.
Some harmonic. Oh, he did that the other night.
That was awesome.
I totally surprised me. He was like, "Hand me the mic." Why? He said, hand me the mic. And I handed it to him at Frog and Peach, and he just whips out a harmonica.
My dad is like weirdly just said that. He was like, "Do you listen to any songs with harmonica?" And I'm like,
my God.
"Not really, but I guess now if you come
someone
out with a
recorded
song, I'll listen to it."
If someone recorded our Frog and Peach Freaks,
with
Charlie whipped out the harmonica during that song.
If you have
Wow.
that video,
Busted out
send
the
it to
nastiest
us.
solo.
That's awesome. Okay. All right. Okay. So we asked, this is our last question. We used to not put it in, but we're doing, this video thing is new for us. So we're adding it. What is your dream festival lineup? Since there's so many of you, we'll do like maybe 2-3 artists, but it's like any artists that are alive. Who would you want to see if you could
Let me look
just
at my
make a
phone, hold
festival?
on. I gotta-
one for like all of us, or like
No, like we each.
You can do each like a couple or a few.
Oh gosh.
That's hard.
Sweet.
It's a fantastic question. Yeah. Oh no. I think it's sick.
Alright, which one of us is gonna say
Oh, we're back?
Deftones?
I probably me or Owen.
Should we ask the question? one
I
more
already
time?
have mine too. You can say that.
I got mine too.
No, because we got that.
I don't know if I want to set the tone because I think mine's gonna be a lot different from everybody else's.
I get to the tone.
You can set the tone. Go for it. I'll
He's-
follow you up.
Skrillex and Skrillex.
Linkin Park.
This can be as eclectic
Wait,
as
can
you
they
want
be
it to be.
alive too?
Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
he be dead?
Can
Oh,
they be
yeah.
alive?
Live and on hiatus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they can't be alive.
They
They
can
can
be
be alive or dead. Yes.
absolutely anyone.
Anybody.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Beethoven.
A Bach, but with like some EDM. Yeah, they can be dead.
Yeah, that does kind of change it. I'm gonna stay with mine too.
Okay, go ahead. You got it.
Okay. Two people that I would love to see at a festival would be probably Turnstile and Disclosure.
You know what you want to say?
Oh.
Easy, Hendrix, Zeppelin.
Goddamn. Skip me for now.
Definitely the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but like earlier, and then obviously Dominic Fike, dude's a legend.
Okay, I think I'm ready now.
Okay.
Band called Idols. I've been super into them lately. And then just to make middle school me happy, Pierce the Veil. Shout out. I love them.
I will bring Title Fight out of hiatus, which I know everybody wants, and I want it so badly.
Please.
I think hers deserves to be on here as well.
Oh.
Oh, dude, that made me really sad.
I don't think nobody said Deftones.
Because we
Shit.
You guys can say more than 2.
Oh, I'm adding Deftones as my third one.
Deftones.
I'm going to
Right,
this
Deftones is your
festival.
third one.
I'll add
I'm adding-
Deftones.
I'm adding Knocked Loose as my third one.
Oh yeah.
Van Halen.
Oh, Van Halen.
People have said like Drake X Beatles, so you can get like
Holy shit.
crazy if you want. But I mean, look, you guys already. I mean, that's
Wait, yeah,
Skrillex.
let me add Ski Mask the Slump God real quick. Yeah,
Hey,
he's nuts.
yeah.
Have you not heard of him?
That's
Oh
crazy.
my gosh.
I'm illiterate.
You're not illiterate. You're just not
You
ready.
don't know who Ski Mask is?
Just a loser.
Check them out. Do your research. You will.
Okay. Dang. Okay.
XXX Tentacion, maybe.
Yes.
Bad baby.
Bad Baby.
Bunny?
Skrillex.
Bad Baby or Bad Bunny? Which one? Which one? Both.
At the same time.
Harmonize.
Oh my gosh.
Is that
Do you have anything
the
else to
list?
add?
I feel like there's gotta be something else.
Everybody think for 30 seconds. Ready? Go.
I'm just gonna cut this 30 seconds. Actually,
Plywood
maybe we'll
Love.
keep it in. Welcome back.
Eminem and Bach.
Headlining Plywood Love.
Eminem.
Beastie Boys
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
and Beethoven.
Eminem would be sick.
Definitely throw Paramore on there for sure. The
Heck yeah.
Offspring.
Rick Ross.
You're looking at that. Yeah, look at that camera. Really hard.
I'm just letting him know.
Shout out to
He
the
listens.
parents.
He does.
Kendrick should be on here.
Oh, and Kendrick Lamar.
Pusha T and Kanye West and Drake. They're gonna
Questionable.
patch it up.
And Kid Cudi. Put them all in the same
And the
room.
Migos too.
Migo. Migo.
Well, we appreciate you all so much. Thank you for telling us that. Thank you for telling us that. Yeah, I mean, I gotta look up Ski Mask Slump God.
Ski mask. Ski mask.
Ski Mask Slump Dog.
Ski mask the slump god.
Okay.
You'll love it.
And our listeners should too. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you guys
Thank
so
you.
much. Woo!
Thank you.
Sweet.